really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draw. He's going to have king X. And we kind of know, I mean, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point. Man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just
All right, so look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't be a
I'm already
quiz.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I am going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard.
Yes.
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record, that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
The right. But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, you know, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 14.
nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
Who the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
Just
always love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about depipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 amounts. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, you know, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. You know, Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. You know, remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, you know, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation.
That's pre-flop? I think pre. All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn and they have an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and let's see what happens.
All right, and ready for
I would
the-
fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning game.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we can't win. This is a pretty rough spot because
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol, you know.
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
A $10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool
Filthy
because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
oh, the cameras are fucked.
Minor
What up,
Jonathan, we're
everybody?
back, baby! The Saturday morning study session stream, it's a go! Exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Six's chat. For you, get a link, sign up for free for ProCoaching.com. They sponsor this stream here. It's Mr. Jonathan Little's coaching site. Make sure you check it out. With that code, you get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds and more, and a bunch of homework assignments. If you sign up for the premium, you get 1,600 of these quizzes, webinars, homework assignments, this, that, the other sixes. Tell them what else they get. Last time I didn't throw it, they yelled at me.
You get us.
You get me.
Nah, you get access to us in the Discord. No, you get the 2025 quizzes, the charts. There's so much fucking free content. It's actually disgusting. Even when you get on the site for the free videos, which are good. So yeah, you get that. And yeah, good morning, Toe Army, Sixes Mafia. It is good to be back. We love doing this shit. Go ahead, get those poker coachings in the chat. If you want to go ahead and compete for the first round, how's everybody doing? We don't ask you guys that question enough. How's everybody doing?
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Tino, man, how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, you know, I just want to make sure you guys are good, you know?
Machine gun, the fuck is up?
Exactly.
Hey,
just
Monkey
throwing a
Man,
party.
thank you for the 3 months, buddy.
Make sure you entered. You can see your name there. Yeah, if you are new to the stream, I know we still get a lot of new people. If we do draw your name, you'll go ahead and compete. Just choose the best answer in the quiz. If you score higher than the person in the other chat, you win $5. You can get that on ACR, PayPal, however. So yeah, that's an option. And I owe
Doing
somebody a
fucking
gift sub
great,
as well.
says Tina.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Monkey
Good
Man
morning,
for 3 months
bosses.
says, let's grind out some
Whoa.
spots, but not in a weird way. I like it, man. I like it. Keep it clean.
I love the jokes. So funny.
What up, Jerome?
Oh, we can pick a quiz as well.
I just assumed we were going to do 1603.
Oh, I didn't even have that site up yet. All right, there we go. 1603. Is that haha, my man Faraz? I love it. We got a new Affleck as well. This is awesome. A couple Afflecks. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Let's go, Mafia. You guys ready? Wake your asses up.
You guys ready to kick Six's ass again? Wake up in the morning, do a little stretch, and then whoop that Mafia's ass. Let's go.
You actually stretch? I thought you just walked to the computer, grab a Coke.
Well, man, it's not stretch. It's mostly like reaching for my Coke. It's more like a reach than a stretch.
We're good to go. All right, I'm rolling. Hey, Keto Man, let's go.
And we're bringing up Mr. Jerome.
Reyes, a gift sub. I got to do that. I'm gonna hop in your channel and give him a gift sub quiz. All right, Keto, you know the deal. You're a legend around these parts. You know what's good. You spazzing like me. Let's go.
Let's play some King Jack.
1603. Yep, the People's Champion hand. King Jack off. The People's
Champion.
Let's do it.
Open King Jack off here in the $55 tournament. Flop is King 10-6 with 2 spades. Do you want to bet 210, bet 360, or check?
Interesting spot here. Cutoff versus hijack. Or hijack versus cutoff. With the King Jack, C bet or no is the question. What y'all doing?
What up, Easy, my dude, Jellyfish, everybody in here, Fire Day.
Immediately we get all 3 options. Check, 210, and 360 are the first 3 options.
210, 360, or check. Check. Felice is checking. Kiddo's betting 210. It's going to use the small sizing.
Machine Gun, Dennis, Jerome, and Meatball checking. Tina, Tino, and Smo betting. Folder betting. Jelly betting.
Yeah, a lot of 210s out there. Couple checks as well. No big sizes. So, but
we got a couple
Kiddo's
big
going,
sizes over here. We got a bunch of 210s and a bunch. It's like evenly mixed between all 3 options.
Yeah, I actually see 0 big sizings, mostly 210s and checks. And the man of the hour is going 210.
Jerome checking.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, I would assume you probably can mix both, right? In this kind of spot, if you were to look at it. But with a hand like this, where we probably only get like 2 streets, we have some protection as well. We don't need a lot of protection. We can turn a lot of equity. I like mixing check here, honestly, out of position. Like,
yeah, I know this mixes check. Things. I know cutoff versus button. This is check a lot. And then as we move down, cutoff versus hijack, there's a little more C betting. Hijack versus low jack, there's a little more C betting. So
it's like 40-60 in this spot, right? You would think this is. I mean, maybe it's close in that ballpark, somewhere in there. 40% bet, 60% check. Checking more than we're betting. In this hand, it seems like a real nice candidate to mix some strong hands in our checking range, as well with spades and everything. So it's really nice to have a hand this strong in our checking range. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would check a game a lot.
Raise? No, I'm not gonna. I don't think we need to even check raise either.
So while I will check raise some of my best kings in these scenarios, I don't know if King Jack quite qualifies for that. It's kind of like it's a little cuspy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just check all. I mean, he will have flatted some king queen and not always use all those combos as 3-bets, even though he should be mixing king tens and stuff like that. We block queen jacks and stuff, so I don't mind really just check calling. So
And
I want
the
to add these 10.
solver is actually super heavy C bet, checking 25% of the time.
Bet what size, big or small?
Small, bet 2.
Bet 210. Is it mixed? How about king 9?
It's actually C betting quite a bit.
Yeah,
50%.
our king high boards.
It's 60% of range is betting.
Nice.
So
So
all your kings are
Keto with the 210 bet. I think you're going to get this one. Let's hope so. But I wonder what he scores a check. I wonder if a check's going to be like 7-8 or if he really hates it. So let's see. The solve that Toe ran likes the bet. So let's see it.
We should be doing quite a bit of checking here when the stacks are shallow and we're
really?
also late position, out of position. Our range is really wide, and our opponent's range is very heavily centered around Broadway cards. So we're just going to do a ton of checking here. So I'm okay with doing some betting with our best kings, stuff like this. So I don't mind betting sometimes here, but my standard is to be checking here quite often. So we check and they bet 210. Now do you want to call, check raise to 500 or fold?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is like a 2-street hand, some of these spots. I wouldn't mind checking a lot in game, but I could see Mayor for betting. You ain't got to talk me into betting. I could see betting this as well, so.
Yeah,
We have...
Monkey Man is saying thinks Faraz's quizzes are largely solver based. No, he is more of a Farazi type player. Whereas like Affleck's are all solved.
Now, Toe, you know what we got for that? Bet 210?
Goosed!
No.
No, even
Not
worse.
that. If it was a goose,
You got like the disrespect too.
Like a goose would have to. We would have to cut the quiz. I mean, it can't be that bad to bet too small there. Like just no shot. Now what? Oh, goose shows up in chat. A goose. A goss.
We need a goose emote.
Check. Yeah. So check. He really preferred, of course. And betting 210 was a 2. Now we're here. Our options are to just call, check raise to 5. I mean, you're never folding, so Kappa on that one.
Balance your folding range. Who's doing it?
DC Doorknob is calling. Carter's calling. Guido's calling. So we're calling over here. Pot for Reginald. Where's my Instagram? Do this.
Jerome with the just call.
Yeah, we're just calling over here as well.
Call. Check raise seems unnecessary.
Okay.
Call. All calls.
Yeah, it's like all call in a pop. So yeah, we're just gonna call over here as well. I think in game I would only be calling. Hand is so nice with the jack of spades, and we just turn gut shots, and not much is gonna make us fold the turn. So why raise and make him call with better and potentially fold out some worse hands? So because he should be stabbing here a lot, and I want him to just keep in worse and have bluffs. So all right, let's do it. Call.
Yeah, I would like to call this one a lot too, but check raise things like King 10 and King Queen quite a bit.
I can see that for sure.
Cool.
All right,
We're calling. I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
I'm mixing here between calling and check raising. I decided to call here, and I'm gonna raise based on how often I think my opponent is flatting and then betting stuff like King 9 suited, King 8 suited. I don't think they're really flatting King 8 suited there, so if they're on the button, I might check raise a little bit wider because I am getting value out of more kings. But yeah, here just felt good. Check calling. So turn, they bet 450. Once again, do we want to check call or check raise here to 1360 or fold?
How are we feeling here? Check
How we
call or
feeling?
check raise? Oh, there we go.
More calls. Stream it into the chat. Call.
Now it's mine. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. I love learning some of the best. Yeah. The chat pros are some of the best the game has ever offered.
Yeah.
They never make a mistake.
I'm just here for the sixes content.
Oh, be spazzing out? Great. Call. Raise only play. Raise
Smo's
only
check
play.
raising. There's one.
Now I'm starting. I see a couple out there.
Morning contrast.
Calls. Mostly calls, though. Calling station. Keto is stationing this hand into the fucking dirt. You're going to call here and see the ace on the river 100% of the time, right? The ace of spades.
Or it's going to be like the 9 of spades or the 7 of spades.
I swear, man, whenever you try to shoot a game, it's just like the nut low card. You just hate yourself for not check raising.
It's true, Monkey. That's our tagline.
Get it.
These streams.
That's-
The only place chat
Poker is
proing
like that.
gets rewarded.
Yeah, the only place chat proing gets rewarded. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Who am I playing?
Raise 100%
he
says
doesn't-
contrast.
This is just a 55, probably just a 55, Rick. You raise because equity denial is so high. Do we value that as much when we have the jack of spades, as opposed to we don't? Is
Right.
the question. Equity denial may be very high here, but when we have with the jack of spades, I think.
And we have Jack in general, right? We block Queen Jack. We block Jack 9. We block
And
Ace Jack. We block the
so I
spade
could go
draws.
either way there, but I could see that argument for sure. If I was playing against Chaweezy, I'd never fold because he's fixing in on the river.
Don't fold top pair to
Whistle.
Chowell. You got to be crazy.
All right, we're just calling here. Let me make sure.
Jerome, I don't know you're playing. You're playing someone in the
station.
Mafia. It don't matter. We're whipping their ass.
Disrespect. Let's do it.
All right. I think Jerome's a call. Who am I playing? That's played. I would call. He's a call. Okay.
All right, doing it?
Yep.
Call.
Definitely calling here. And now the flush gets there.
Ah!
And Queen Jack straight
Been
also
here
gets
before.
there. Opponent jams. Or are we still calling down or are we folding?
I called it before. It's the poker gods are gonna put this card on the river. This or the ace of spades. 100%.
Interesting. The reason why you wouldn't bet, Tina, is because you are not the aggressor. You wouldn't just lead out into a person who's betting into you most of the time.
Oh man.
This sucks.
Should have jammed the flop.
Should have jammed the flop. Got called by better and just busted out normally.
Raging out folding.
What?
All piss has been declared by me. Oh crap. From Keto.
Do we have relevant blockers? I asked you first, Monkey May. Kept calling. He's not scared.
What up, Cap?
Tina calling. Hands cold calling.
Still want to get through that hand history, Cap.
Monkey May I calling.
I was enjoying that. There.
I was disappointed in it, to be honest.
I was disappointed.
There was like no spaz. It was all just solid poker. Boring.
Yeah, I loved it. I like that kind of shit. I loved it. It was good. That ace 10 spaz.
Good poker, good
But
poker,
ace 10 was
good poker.
There was one spaz in there. Since I am butchered the flop, I am going to just call it off. Keto's calling it off.
Machine gun folding, jelly folding. Jerome in the tank. He said, "Give me a second." He's
Fold,
figuring
fold,
it out.
fold.
Using
He's
his
got
time
7.
bank.
Faraz might hero this. I think I might call for it. He says fold, 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 fold. A bunch of folds.
We can't raise honored. They're all in. This is it. That's all. You can't get any more out of them. Don't be vicious. You want like their
Fold
car
it.
keys and the deed to their house.
Oh man, I don't know. All right, we are stationing it off over here.
Jerome,
Gotta
we need an answer.
respect
10
it.
seconds.
Fold, he has flush.
5 seconds, Jerome. Call.
Oh, they both call. All right, so he calls.
This is an interesting one because we block the straight. They don't have any 7x. We block just straight. We block the flush. This is a really, really weird one. I find myself probably folding in game, but I'm not sure. This feels like it might be a pretty decent call.
Feels bad, man. I know. I mean, I don't know. It depends a lot on the type of opponent. I feel like if they can find something to turn into a bluff, right?
They have the ace of spades and they're capable.
Yeah, I mean, another consideration we must take is like we kind of capped our range. We just check called, and they're going to be incentivized to just turn some hands into a bluff to get here. But goddamn, so many hands get there. I think we would be forced to call with the jack of spades in hand, blocking straights and flushes, but we don't beat a whole lot. It doesn't feel like just stone bluffs. I don't know what I would do in game, honestly. I feel like it depends on where I'm at in the tournament. If this is just mid stages, then I think this guy's loose and bluffy, I would just call it off. But deep in the major, if I think the guy's solid or something, I don't know, maybe find more folds if we just are never winning.
Solver's mixing. Solver, it's like 80-20 though. Call.
Yeah, when you have the jack of spades, I feel like it blocks so much. He's just going to be incentivized to go bet. When you just in the back seat here, some people are just going to go bet every single time. So I don't know, man. All right, call and rebuy now. Ray Janelle says, "I think I changed your mind. Let's do it." Oh, we're calling. We're stationing this. Let's go.
Sorry.
Ready?
Yep.
Station. Team station.
We're definitely calling here.
Oh.
Choose every hand to call down with. It's definitely this one. We are blocking the straight. We are blocking the flush. We're blocking top pair.
We'll play Keto.
They ended up having ace jack.
Got his ass.
Of course, there was
Out
the
of spades.
sevens, the straight with the 7 there. They don't have that many 7s though.
Nope.
A7 suited, possibly. I don't know if they're going to bet that on the flop or not. Maybe A7 of hearts, but not too much concern with the 7.
They don't bet all their 7 stabs in the back seat either. Some players at full frequency with 7s on this. So yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
I ran this hand, Monkey May I, while we were sitting here.
Awesome. We got a 32, but it's probably yee from the flop too.
Swish
Yeah.
for Jerome.
The flop two is a yee.
He says
Hits.
fatality.
Well done. Good try, Keto. I like the way we finished strong. Well done, buddy. Do that. GG. Cool. Let's get back here. That was a fun quiz, though. I thought that was a very good quiz. It shows that, you can mix, checking some of your top pair there out of position, especially ones like that where you get 2 streets, you get them to bluff a lot and stuff like that. You block a lot of things, can turn a lot of equity. I think that's a very good hand. Cool.
The big call on the river with all the blockers is the big.
Yeah,
big
when we
lesson.
block so much of their value range with the jack of spades, it's actually kind of crazy. So, all right, keyword. We've been mixing it up a lot. You know what time it is? Cat Jam!
All right, we can do Cat Jam.
Back to Cat Jam. We went like a month with no back to going straight to the Cat Jams. You know what it is. Get it in chat. I want to see it. If you want to get in the quiz. Cat Jams in the chat. What up, Dave? And we'll pick another quiz. I really want to do one of these Affleck ones.
Pick it.
The Win 5K.
He wants me to
They're
play with
both from Win
1700 main
5K.
with him tomorrow
You going to?
at the Venetian. I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. Do I leave the house?
Hell no.
And not that, but it's also
Sunday.
Sunday. I'm like, do I give up sitting here and grinding on Sunday?
Somebody's trying to get me. There's a 150K mystery bounty in Cleveland next week, next Friday, and day 2's on Sunday. The Iggy main is everything is tomorrow, so I might make it happen. Like if the Iggy main and stuff was next week, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I'm thinking about going to Cleveland and playing that on next Friday. But if I make day 2, it's on Sunday, and it just doesn't sound like missing online is word. But I don't know.
I just love my little repetitive life so much.
Yeah, we'll do 15. Let's King 6 suited.
King 6 suited.
15.99.
All right, I think
Whoa!
Ross did not show us the end of the hand. Oh, yes, he did. Guy had ace
He
jack.
almost blew out my goddamn eardrums. Why was that so loud?
I did?
Jesus, I don't know. That just spiked.
That's weird. I'm like 2 feet from the mic. It's all the way over
Yeah,
here.
I don't know. It just like...
Wake your ass up, sixes.
No. I'm awake now. Thanks. Sheesh.
Holy shit,
right.
it's GBT in the flesh. Holy shit.
All right, let's roll it. Get him in.
I'm always here. This ain't new. All right, let's roll it. Schmo.
Oh. Eddie, let's go, my dude.
It's not for you too, huh?
Good luck, buddy. You know the deal. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. And good luck, my friend. Hey, let's do it. Represent.
Let's
I'm
go.
ready when you are. All right, clicking it. Let's go.
Go.
King 6 suited.
All right, in this quiz, we have the ace, king 6 of clubs. We're playing 100 big blinds deep. We raise it up in the hijack. Small blind calls, who's kind of an unknown recreational. And we see a heads up flop, hijack versus small blind at 100 big blinds. They check to us. Should we check, bet 500, bet 1,000, or bet 1,500?
Interesting. This one's from small blind defend, not the big blind.
Small blind defend, not big blind. My first time in the study, what are the giveaways? Just $5. You get an opportunity to compete for $5 in this format. If you outscore the person in the other stream, you win 5. A 5 spot.
And if you don't, you got better for free.
Hell yeah. Lock my Rari says bet that 1K. Use that large sizing. 1K for keto as well.
All 500s in my chat.
500.
1,000 per folder.
1K. Just put his
Check
ass in
for
there
the small
right
blind,
now.
says Joe.
500. I see 0 checks. Just all.
Got one check, a bunch of 500s, and the 1,000 is starting to come in.
Yeah, it's just Eddie's going 1K. Cool. We're going 1K over here.
Mo going 500.
C-betting a lot. They're both. You know what's funny when you look at this file? You don't get to just C-bet every single time.
Not against
Like,
the small
you know,
blind, right? Against the big blind, you would C-bet range.
Yeah.
Here,
I mean, I wonder if it mixes delay C-bet or if it just goes a big one and done or small. I'm really unsure in these kind of spots. In game, just find yourself C-betting and taking it. You could even just C-bet and take it down or just check delay C-bet. But I feel like just versus small blind range, check delay C-bet.
yeah, I would check here a lot against the small blind and always bet against the big blind.
Because the small blind has a very defined type calling range, right? You know, at this like that where they're going to call with some under pairs, some broadways, and then some suited ace X and things like that. They don't want to bet.
Yeah.
They don't want a 3-bet. So in that case, this is not great. Our hand may not be great, but on the turn, if they cap the range and say, hey, I have a broadway that missed or under pair, then we just turn our shit into a bluff. So I don't know. So let's go ahead and bet 1K and see if Matt likes that. I'm assuming this is going to be Rand, so I would love to hear what he thinks about this.
Yep. Thanks for that sub, Contracts. I appreciate you. Wait. We were betting 500. Go.
Yeah, we're betting 1K at East.
All right, here. I think this
Bomb
is
it.
a spot people way
Go for it,
way
fuck it.
over C-bet. This board actually
Is this volume low?
C-bet too often against.
Is my volume low?
No.
How I like
Matt.
to think about these spots is like we're raising from the
Nice.
hijack. They're probably
No, it
raising
sounds reasonable on mine.
5 to 27% hand. The small blind flat is like 10%, 12%. So like we have a 27% range. They have a 12% range. And they still have hands like ace queen off. Like, yeah, they don't have aces. Yeah, they don't have queens. They don't have ace queen suited. But like,
You ready?
they still have a lot of strong hands.
Oh, did you already click
It's
it?
hard to see
I'm
that a
sorry.
lot when we have 27% of hands.
You didn't click the button yet?
12% of hands. sounds like they're gonna have like equities are
Yeah,
gonna
go
run
ahead.
pretty close. Like, yeah, we have an ace king advantage. We might have an ace queen
Listen
advantage
to it.
depending on how much they 3-bet it.
Already.
But the other thing here
Sorry,
too
man.
is because this is ace queen 3, we're not that incentivized to bet for protection here. If we have a pair of queens like queen jack, we don't really need to bet for any protection here. And so when we bet here, it's going to be a bigger bet and more polarized here, like stuff like ace jack sometimes, ace 10, ace jack. We're not really betting here like queen 10 very much. There's not a lot of properties here. Like we're going to fold out some smaller pairs. And there's just not a lot going for us here when we bet here. We're up against a strong range. So this board is like overall, it's going to be a high check, probably something like 50-60% of the time. When we do bet, it's probably going to be larger sizing, somewhere around 2/3 or pot size bet. In terms of our hand, king 6 of clubs, we kind of block the hands we want to fold. The hands we want to fold out are like spades and clubs. So like king 9 of spades, king 9 of clubs, king 8 of spades. You know, we want to fold out 6-7 of spades, 6-7 of clubs, jack 9 of spades, jack 9 of clubs and stuff. Like the problem with our hand is we block a lot of the folds. And so we want to weight our range towards having diamonds, having hearts, or like maybe lower cards like, 5-6 or something like that, where we don't block as many folds because they fold the lower cards pre. So I actually think the best play here is to just check with the king 6 of clubs. And if you look in the solver, this hand is actually almost a pure check. We bet king 6 of hearts and we bet king 6 diamonds. Clubs and spades we want to check. We just block the hands that we're trying to fold out ourselves. When we do bet, it's going to be a larger bet here and just playing a check. I'd be like bet 1,000 as if I'm going to bet here, we want to bet 2/3. We don't need many protection bets, therefore we're going to be sizing up. And small bets aren't normally a thing. Bet 1,500, I gave a 5, and then bet small, I gave the worst score because I just don't think we should be doing a lot of C betting, but checking is the best score. So I do check back. We get the 7 of hearts on the turn, and our opponent checks. Should we check, bet 500, bet 1,000, or bet 1,500?
Let me know when you're ready.
We're good.
Go.
See, let me say something real quick. Every single person in my chat failed who answered that. Every single one of you. This is the perfect illustration of why you should be here every Saturday, because you just got a little bit better. And he made a very good point. Their calling range in the small blind is tighter than your opening range. You know, so every one of us, I mean, most of you guys fell. I said I'm checking,
So did I.
This is not a great board to just see that, unless you're just exploitively doing it for somebody who's playing. But even then, they're calling it just tight as shit.
Yep.
So, now what? He said rigged. Rigged for those who study and those who don't.
Yeah, fuck this hand, says Contrast.
6 is flex. Yeah, I mean, it's a good reason why we should all be here together. I can help you guys can help me.
There you go. Cap checking, meatball checking, contrast checking, hand skull checking,
Eddie, what are we doing?
Smo checking, and then a handful of thousands out there. The old probe and pray.
Oh, we're checking now, Eddie says. Cool. Now everybody's checking again.
Now we bet.
Check.
What was the score for betting 1,000 on the flop?
It actually was a 6 because he does like when you bet, it's the right size. It's just the wrong hand class. Right. So you make an aggressive mistake with the wrong hand class, that's fine. So it's not the worst option. We usually just never bet this hand, but if we are going to bet this hand on a board like this, we need to use the large sizing. So
That is a positive takeaway there for everybody who went 1,000 for your sizing. Eddie, what did you say you were doing? Oh, we're checking here, he says. Fire Dank's going 1K. Cool.
Smoke checking.
Cool. What's going on over there, Joe?
Smoke checking. Lots of checks, couple thousands in there, mostly checks. I would check again. We had some showdown value. They still have some Queen X. I mean, generally, I want to pick up some sort of equity on the turn before I start probing.
Yeah, I mean, if you are going to bet, I think you just pop and turn your hand into a bluff if you're going to do that. I don't think, why would we ever use any of the small sizing? I think if we picked up equity, yeah, we would definitely bet, or if we had checked something. I almost wonder if we delay C-bet turn our hand into a bluff since he is capped, and we can make some hands with equity fold, right? This is where I'm uncertain. Will we go into solver if we just check it down because he has such a tight and dense range? But is that range now capped? You know, when he actually checks twice.
It's capped.
It's capped. So
doesn't have too much ace-x.
Yeah, he never has really the top of his range anymore. I'm sure he may have some Queen X he mixes
Check twice with where we're blocking like King, Queen. There's 2 backdoor flush draws as well we don't connect with.
The problem is when we check flop, we're capped as well. We don't have any ace-x either.
Yeah. Wonder if we just give up. I mean, if I'm not giving up, I'm betting 1,500. I don't think I would just go large, just pot the shit or something, you know. But when we don't have any equity, we can set backdoor flush draws. Maybe we just give up. Carter is Eddie's checking, so let's see what Matt thinks about this spot. It's very interesting. Let's do it.
Check.
So they check to us again on the turn here. I actually think
Well
checking
played, guys.
is the best play again. Slightly
I think
also
25% of the
like
time I would've bombed it.
small. And it kind of goes into what we're doing again on the flop. And when we bet here, we're trying to fold out clubs and spades. And the problem is we have 2 clubs in our hand.
Yeah.
Like a king, which is kind of important. So we block a lot of the hands we're trying to fold out, which is not very good. So when we do bet here, the solver actually likes a small size here. The reason it likes a small size and not a big size is just because we kind of want to start betting with this hand, but when we bet big, we want to have blockers to the hands that continue. So that's why this hand still mostly checks on the turn. It does bet 500 sometimes, but the hands that want to bet 1,000 or 1,500 just have better blockers. You have a diamond in your hand, you want to have a heart in your hand, you want to have a little bit more equity, something like, you know, King of Hearts 10, even like something like 5-6, 5-4, or pair of 7s, something you want to have some equity in your hand to continue. So like we can check back, and that doesn't necessarily, we don't bluff. We can use this hand as a delayed bluff on the river. I think people again just start stabbing kind of mindlessly here again, and I don't think a stab is bad with the bet 500 to fold out, especially thinking people are just going to overfold small pairs. But yeah, this hand just doesn't have a lot of great properties because we block a lot of the hands we're trying to fold. And like the king, yeah, we block king queen that wants to call us, but we don't really block many hands that like they don't have ace king in their range. We do block ace 6 of clubs, which is kind of important. There's just not a lot of good properties here going on. So I like check the best. I think betting 500 is perfectly fine. And then like it just decreases. Betting 1,000, betting 1,500 is worse just because we need to have stronger blockers.
Don't be 6s and bet pot.
I did bet 1,000, which I don't.
Wrong combo.
That's
Right
easier.
concept.
I think I should be checking or betting small.
So you didn't get goosed.
Phone calls.
Right.
And I would mostly check after seeing what I've kind of analyzed. 8 of spades now. The small blind checks, and it's on us. Should we check? Bet 1,800, bet 2,400, or bet 3,600?
Cool. 3,600 out there. We bet 500 on the turn and he called. Is that what happened there? Just to confirm. It went kind of quick.
We must have because the pot is big.
Or maybe we went bigger than that. Oh, we went 1K on the turn. He pulled a me. Okay, we went big. Now what? We went 1K on the turn. And he called. Yeesh. Keto, what do we want to do? Oh no, it's Eddie. We want to do, my dude. We capped ourselves. 1800. Yeah, I was wrong. Hand class, right size. So if we have like king 6 heart with the backdoor flush draw or something like that, if we had turn like king 6 of hearts, probably go big, even though we mix flop that with that. King 10. Small
I wonder if
blind.
you had a hand like nines, if you
Sure.
would bet the turn or try and get the showdown.
Showdown, right? Yeah, I marked the hand.
What up,
I'm gonna
Fancy?
run it- I'm gonna run it in a solver after this, honestly. I marked it. Check block says.
F it.
1800 for Carter.
Pot for Jerome. Check it for Meatball. 24 for Smo.
Ooh, that'd be a weird slow play with the
Do we have an 1800 out there? We'll get every option.
Check 1800.
Good morning, Patty. Monkey May I checking.
24 for Eddie. Eddie's going 24 here, so he's just going to upsize, use the hand as a bluff since it really doesn't have much showdown, he doesn't think. So I'm assuming that's your reasoning why. So 24 here.
24 as well.
Check for Dave. My thought process is here too. Both backdoor flush draws miss. Our king high, does he ever, can we make a queen X fold? Oh man, this is rough. We were so capped on the flop and then our turn line doesn't make sense. None of the draws got there to make a queen X fold. I don't know what the hell to do here when we put ourselves in this weird land. Follow through and bluff usually, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, we're just repping so fucking thin, right? Like,
what the hell? I don't even know what the hell I'm repping anymore. Like,
queen snaps, nines, tens, jacks snap.
both backdoor flush draws miss. I don't know what the hell. We're just trying
The
to
only
make
thing you get to fold is like king 10, king jack.
better king highs, gut shots that called, backdoor flush draws to beat. I mean, if I'm gonna bluff, I like 24. I don't think we need to be super polar because he's gonna probably call in the last lane between the both.
Let's find out.
All right,
2400, what Smo's doing.
All right.
You doing the same, right?
I mean, 24. Yeah, we're doing 24. Sorry.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm repping. I think I would just give up.
I think the only
36.
size I really want to use here is really big. I didn't even put the option in there.
Pot.
I think overbetting is actually a reasonable option as well with hands like ace 8, pocket 7s.
Raging Al, you win.
If we had that pre-flop or on the turn. And I think betting between like pot 3600 and like 1.5x pot, which would be like 5400, are kind of the optimal sizes. Like our value range is pretty strong here. It's like ace jack, ace 10, maybe ace 9. Like our range is really strong that bets here. And so there's not a lot of incentives to bet small here. And some people will ask yourselves, well, if you bet really big, like 5,400 here, what are you going to get called by? And kind of my response to that is, if you don't think you're getting called by anything, then you should be bluffing 100% of the time to 5,400. So, like, the logic that a lot of people present there with that question doesn't really
You get called by nothing, so just
they don't
bluff.
follow their own logic. So, I like betting big here if we're going to bet. A key thing for betting here is you don't want to have a diamond or a heart because we want to fold out the flush draws. Called turn and then we're going to river. So I think betting 3,600 here is the play. Once you get to the spot on the river, which is what I did. I bet pot.
Nope.
And our opponent called with a queen, I think, if I remember right, which is fine. But I think the key for me here is that, and the key for a lot of people is like, if you start bluffing too much on the turn or on the flop with these types of hands, which I'm doing here, you arrive to the river with too many hands with like zero showdown value, and it's very easy to start over bluffing the river here. So The mistake here is on the turn, where I have too many combos just like this now arriving to the river to bluff with, in my opinion. So, but yeah, I think the river play is pretty standard as played, but I think a lot of people mess up the flop and the turn here by betting too much.
If you're gonna spew, spew all the way. Don't half spew.
Ain't no half stepping.
Full spews only.
Damn. We got a 23. Be good, be good, be good, be good.
Yeah, eat this. We got a 20 this time.
Hey, he did it.
He did it.
Eddie, hit me up, man. Send me a whisper. I got you. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. Way to represent the mafia. Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah. Oh no, man! Thank you for being here. That was fun. We need people that can get some dubs, eke out the Toe Army. They've been beating that ass lately. You got a keyword, man?
Toe Army's fucking strong. Yeah, Army strong.
Over there, shit. Mafia, fuck that. Not typing that over here. Mafia in chat.
Army strong in the chat.
Go. Let's pick another quiz.
We need a Toe versus Mafia tourney series?
We talked about that like 2 years ago. Remember that?
I can make it happen. We'll think about
We
it.
talked about it. We're just time broke. No time.
No, I just swap out the Champions Cup.
I could get all my people in there to play it. That'd be fun. That would be fun, shit.
Have you represent one team or the other and then have a leaderboard?
Yeah, I'll throw something at it, man. We can make that happen. We could talk about it. You want to play the Win 5K 1B?
Fuck yeah, I want to play the Win 5K 1B.
me too. Really bad. So
1600?
Yes.
We love you, Matt Affleck.
Thank you for letting us vicariously live through your bad plays live. Really appreciate it. I'm kidding. You're a beast, and I hope to accomplish a quarter of what you accomplished.
Time broke because y'all study like demons? True. I mean, not only that, but we're also, like, both of us are paid to play on certain days, and we're paid to coach on certain days, and we both have families. It's a lot, man. A lot of sacrifice.
What's a football or basketball game or sports or any of that stuff? What's a social life?
Yeah. You know, so
I
this is my social life.
What are friends? All right, cool. We're gonna do 1600. The chat is good, and we are going to roll it.
Oh shit! Bring it in the heat, Mr. Kep.
Oh, piss.
Oh, piss.
Fire Janks knows his way around the poker table, though. Let's go, my dude.
Oh, not scared.
Not scared at all. Really need to work on post-flop sizing. Don't we all? There's so many options, so many opportunities. Stack depths, overbets, pot, quarter, one big
Yeah, especially in tournament, there's so many ways to do things.
One BBC bets. Yeah, it's all kind of shit. 1600. I am ready when you are.
Yep, let's do it.
Cool.
All right, in today's hand, we have pocket tens. We are playing the cutoff. We're in the win $5,000 buy-in. It's day one, 24,000. 2-4. We're going to open it up to 2.5x. I'm not going to ask a quiz about it. If you open a 900, 1,000, not going to make a huge difference. The button, who's like, I actually don't know sure if I want to say recreational player, plays a lot, but I wouldn't say a professional. I think they have a lot of money, and like this is like their kind of serious hobby, habit. Semi-competent, but definitely not a professional. They 3-bet the button to 2,800. It folds back to us. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 8,000, or go all in?
Here we go, guys. Day one, 60 bigs, 3-bet, cutoff button with tens. We putting that shit in there. We're calling. This is a rec that plays a lot. How much does this 5K mean? What are we doing? Kiddo's just calling. Just call. This is live poker. I'm just kind of
All
see
right.
what this says. I'm curious.
Faraz and Man of Heart. I find Faraz much harder because
His quizzes?
yeah,
Oh, he deviates.
he
a little
deviates.
more.
Matt is very solver based, and so I'm much more comfortable there.
Well, we've been coached by Matt before, so that'll help. We kind of.
And we've grown to have similar styles, right?
Doing
So
his
we kind of
quiz
think
for
about
years.
spots the same
Yep.
way.
Calling OPP seems bad, he says.
Cap says, rip it. All in for Cap.
It's all calls, and Cap is ripping it.
Call.
Fire
Rip it,
Danks
Cap.
is
Call.
calling.
8K. Who said 8K? I saw it 8K. Where'd it go? 8K for Hands Cold.
0 8Ks over here. All calls.
People would have to go set mining, says Jelly.
So interesting how you have so many different options, and then we have just one.
Yeah. I got a few 4 bets here. 8K, Friendly
Glock
for
says it
Fancy
feels-
from Smo. Machine
Is
Gun
the
goes
fact
8.
that this is a live 5K change anything for you guys, or is it just GG? I mean, 60 bigs live is like a ton, but sucks to 4-bet then call a jam or 4-bet fold. You ain't 4-bet folding 10, stop it.
Not at 60.
Call you sellers. So we're calling over here. Everybody's talking about
This is button versus cutoff.
I mean, online, it's the easiest shit in the history of the game, right?
It's a 5K. No, so like this is going to be a competitive field versus your average nightly wherever, right?
So you think
This is going to be a
these
much
guys are
higher
using-
class player.
So you think these guys are using a more robust?
I just think they're more
4-bet
studied,
aggressive
using a
range,
more-
so
yeah.
4-betting seems like 4-bet jamming feels more standard in a field like this, or are you
Yeah.
saying like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
When
mean,
you're
it kinda
playing
feels like
when you're playing Old Man River at fucking the $300 nightly, wherever the hell,
But
and
he
he
does say
3
this-
bets you, maybe it's better to flat. When you're playing a guy who can afford to play 5Ks, all right, well now this guy's more balanced, gonna have some bluffs here, gonna have some proper strategy. You want to be more GTO. I got the chart in front of me. It's interesting.
Yeah, it says you're never calling, it's only raising or fucking all in or raising. That is what the chart says.
That's what it says. It
It
says
says you're
65% all in, 35% 3-bet no all in.
Would I follow that live in a 5K 100% of the time? Hell no. If I was online and I felt it, I would always just know I'm only ripping it in real life. I mean, online if I'm playing and it looks like a grief because he puts in 60 and gets snapped by kings and you're speed running it, but whatever. Fire Danks is calling though, but yeah.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Call.
All in.
Go all in.
Here, I think the best answer is to go all in. We're playing 60 big
Night,
blinds.
night.
I think people get a little bit too much in the mindset of 60 big blinds, a lot
Too
of big
deep.
blinds, tournament life, But you have to think about what's the highest EV situation, especially this early
EV.
on. We're probably like level 3 of a 3-day tournament. And the going all in here, it sucks when you go all in. You don't really want to get called, but it's like you have good equity when you get called. The bot can still be 3-betting hands like 9s, sometimes pocket 8s. But the problem here is a lot of the bluffs have equity.
Tons of it.
So a lot of the bluffs from the button are going to come from King Jack offsuit, King Jack offsuit, sometimes King Queen offsuit, Ace 5 suited. A lot of these hands you benefit from folding out, and I think 10s is you don't really want to induce the 10s. I think raising to 8,000 is fine, but I'd rather raise to 8,000 with probably Jacks plus.
Okay.
I think that's where you're strong enough where you don't need quite as much protection against King Jack offsuit, Queen Jack offsuit, those types of hands. Versus 10s and even 9s, I would consider going all in with here too, with pocket 9s some. These really strong but vulnerable hands you want to be going all in with. I'd mix it up here too with some like ace king. I'd go all in with maybe some like king jack suited as a bluff.
Instantly stacked.
Ace queen offsuit, ace king offsuit types of hands. Actually, I'm not sure if ace queen offsuit wants to go in, but yeah, I think tens is like a. If you look in the charts, it's a pure all in, or there's a little bit of make it 8,000, but never calling and never folding with tens. That said, and like this would be different if we're in position, right? But playing out of position, too, the button's bluffs just get to realize so much equity as well. So that's like another thing being out of position.
Jack high, right?
I call, obviously, if you're against like a really tight player, shoving won't be as good, and calling becomes. I don't think my call is that great. In game, I remember considering shoving, and I kind of like got into that mindset I talked about of just being like, oh, I don't want to get into 60 big blinds in a $5,000 tournament, you know, yada yada. So you really have to get rid of those emotions in tournament poker. So we call Jack 4 deuce rainbow. This player bets 1,600. Do we fold? Do we call? Do we make it 5,000? Do we make it?
Oh my god. Another concerning thing there is not one person said 4-bet before we got there. Every single person was just calling. Not one 4-bet in my chat.
There's a good amount of mine.
Before. So let's go. We're getting better. You don't even know it by osmosis.
By osmosis.
4-bet easy, DJ says. I mean, check
if we 4-bet and get jammed on, is it still a call? That's a good question.
Hell yeah, it's a call. We can put that in there. 8K? Shit.
I can't imagine.
I mean, you can just have like ace
those.
king or ace queen at that, or ace jack. You just are flipping. You might decide to just put it in nines at some frequency. It's just over. You never folding. You never 4-bet folding tens for 60. 4-bet a shove or 4-bet up.
No, you're actually calling it down to sevens.
Yeah, once you put that much money in, it's. I mean, dude, come on. Call seems like the only reasonable play. Clock Marar says. What are we doing here, Fire Dance? You just
Can't
calling,
find
buddy?
raise here.
Yeah, Fire Dance looks like you're just calling as well.
He might have queen 4-0. He doesn't have queen 4-0 in his 3-betting range. Get out of here.
Call for Keto. Check raise 5K. Anybody? Just calling 8K. Fold? No fold. I mean, folding is ridiculous as hell. Stop it. No folds. All right, cool. Fire Dance is calling. What are you guys doing over?
Snap call for cap.
Snap call for cap.
Yep. We can't raise here. I mean, are we raising for value or is it bluff? We're raising for value. What's worse? That's calling, and if this is too good to bluff, and better isn't folding.
You won't necessarily find out where you are when you check raise to 5K because they still may not call like 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw, and they're still uncapped to have hands that dominate you. Now what at a position on the turn? Now what when you get put in? You're in hell. You check raise, even get called. You're like, what the fuck do you even do?
What's the plan for the turn?
Because they still have hands that aren't better than tens that will just call. King, queen of spades, clubs, diamonds, ace, king, jack, 10, spades, king, clubs, diamonds. They're just never folding those hands to 5K in position. So you're just not accomplishing much, I don't think. Let's go ahead and just call. I believe that's what Fire Dance is doing as well.
Yep.
All right, yep. Call.
Oh, I missed the reference.
Don't think
queen
there's
4-0.
too much of an option here.
I get it.
We're just gonna play a pure call here with tens. If you're gonna raise, like small raise, like 5,000, seems like I don't think it's the most out of line thing. I'd rather raise a hand like pocket fives or pocket sixes that need a little more protection against like king 8 suited, for example. Would probably be king 7 suited. Would be like hands that I would be bluffing from the button. Maybe like a queen 8 suited, queen 9 suited.
Well.
So like those hands, like 5s and 6s, have some backdoor straight draw equity, and they benefit more from protection versus 10s. those hands only have one overcard. So we don't really need to check raise as much. Obviously, like our jacks, we can check raise for some value with like ace jack, king jack. We can check raise pretty wide on this board. We should probably be check raising 20% of the time, something like that. Most people do not check raise anywhere near enough in these 3-bet pots. So easy call here, which is what
Ace
we do.
5, ace 3, diamonds.
Turns an 8 of diamonds. We check. Button checks. The river is the 7 of clubs. Should we check? Should we bet 2,500? Should we bet 5,000? Or should we bet 8,000?
Check 25, 5 or 8. I know what's Equity doing. I think I have a good idea where I'm going.
Who 3-bets king 8 and king 7? I do. Suited.
Finding out where you are. I'm going to find out where I'm at this year.
Check call for Cyrus. Check for Meatball. Check for Monkey May I. Check for Dennis.
The legend. Check. 5Ks. Maybe 8K. He can't fold an 8. Some more checks. This is a bet fold. Afro DZ says, okay. 5K.
25 for Smo. 25 for Cap. Value betting.
Chuck for bucks. BQ's 25 blocker bet. Keto's 2.5K.
Check call. There's a decent amount of 2.5s. There's Ice Blue Fuji out there with a 5 on 5 Island by himself.
Yeah, we have a few 5s. I mean, I'm seeing it all. It's pretty cool.
$1 for Tina, she says.
Maybe an 8K, but just a maybe. And people unspecified, this is a bet. So let me make sure. Fire Danks is checking. So he's
Kept
just
going
checking.
small. 2,500. Blocker bet.
So it's interesting. Like I feel like our equity distribution shoots up like a lot on this river when he actually checks the turn. I feel like he's capped. And is there ever? I know we can mix bet sizes. I would tend to go bigger, maybe 5K. I wonder if we can ever just go 8K, but we probably don't get called by enough when we go 8K. I
Right.
think he checks a lot of jacks on the turn. I do want to get called by some ace high. If he ever used an under pair as well, if he used something like ace 7 or something like that, or he got to showdown. Ace 8 might just check turn sometimes or something. I don't know. I want to go larger. I think I would go 5K because I feel like I have a ton of equity and I'm not really ever beat. And we can still get called by enough for his hands. 25 feels kind of standard, but I think I would size up a bit.
I feel like I would size up a little bit too to the 5K as well.
Yeah.
But 25 doesn't seem too bad.
It doesn't
either.
seem like a mistake to go 25. It just feels like we have so much equity. He's no longer has aces, kings, or queens when he checks the fucking turn. There's ace, jack. None of that stuff really checks the turn, I don't think. So I think we can get called by pocket 9s, stuff like that. Pocket 8s would also bet. Ace 7 or if you use any of those combos. I almost want to go 8K. I could see using a size that large at some frequency.
The problem with that is, like you said, our value target range is super diminished when we
some
go
of those
8.
hands still find calls. I mean,
Sure.
especially a wreck. So you made 3-bet 9s or something like that, or make a hero call with like ace king high. So I don't know. Sorry, that was a long ramble to myself, but it feels like it makes sense. I hope we can go large, but let's see. We're gonna check. That is what Fire Danks is doing, and let's see what Matt thinks. All right, I'm checking.
2,500.
All right. So
8.
check,
Let's
check.
go.
I think we have pure 100% value bet here on the river.
Big.
I think checking is actually the worst score, which might surprise a lot of people. And
Fucking
this is
big,
how
baby.
I like to. This is like a good rule of thumb for how to structure your river strategy.
I wonder what the 5K
So,
bet was
When
worth.
you get to the river,
I mean,
have a
8, 7.
strong hand that is not strong enough to check raise, it almost
think I would
always
go
is
like
going
7.
to bet. And when I say strong hand, I mean strong enough
65,
to get
68
value.
or something.
So I think it's pretty clear here.
8's
We can
good.
bet. We can get called by ace highs. We can get called by pocket 9s. We can get called by ace 8, queen 8, 9 8 suited.
Yep.
You know, rivered pair of 7s like 7 6 suited. The 3-bet pre-flop. We can get a lot of value from our hand. But if we check and they bet, we can't really check raise. So when those are like when those two like properties occur, that's normally when you want to bet. And that's going to happen a lot when you like check flop, call the flop, goes check check. This player doesn't really have a jack very often when he goes check check. Right? Yeah, they're going to have jacks sometimes, they check sometimes. They don't really have queens. They don't have queens. They either check back a 7, 8, 10 to probably have, I don't know, 85% equity here. Like,
a ton, dude.
you guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong here, but like, I don't think we're and so like when that's the case, we get a bet. We actually get a pretty large sizing here when we have that much equity. Your bet sizing is correlated to the amount of equity you have. It sounds counterintuitive, but you really just you bet more with your higher equity hands. You bet less with your lower equity hands because they have to call less. You bet bigger, they have to call less. You need more equity. You bet less, they have to call more, so you need less equity. So I actually think the best bet size here is like pretty big, like 8,000. Seems like a pretty reasonable bet size. I think betting like 5,000 is really good as well. Betting 2,500 seems a little bit weak. I don't think I'd rather bet 2,500 with like a pair of eights because with tens we can get called by a pair of eights. So like I think that's where I'm gonna have multiple bet sizes with different parts of my value range on this river. And then like I think checking is the worst option. We just need to get value from our hand. Of course, I checked. Goes to show you, like, everyone makes mistakes. This is what you gotta do. Like, this is my paid, like, my study time. I'm learning right now. We check, and now we face an overbet, 150% pop. Fold, or should we call?
The funniest shit in the history.
Guys, I'm not check winning. It's really low on my side. Is the volume low for you? It's really low.
It the past two quizzes have been a little bit lower for sure.
Yeah.
He should have used a large bet himself, checks, and then gets fucking OV'd. Sheesh.
That's why we don't like to check.
I loved it. That was the funniest little segue of all time. It's just like, I should have made a mistake. Checks and then gets
punished.
Glock's like, we have to call, right? This would be the kind of shit I would be like at the table, like, what the fuck? Like, putting in the chips while shrugging, like, I guess, fucking, you got me. I mean, how do we fold? I mean, yeah, I'm sorry if your guy didn't go. My bad.
Kept snapped.
Yeah, hell yes.
Everyone's snapping.
You've essentially just like, yeah, I mean.
It's just one of those things where he's got the nuts or nothing. It's polar as fuck.
This is like our fucking tournament now as well. So, and we're blocking the nut straight. So, get me out. Oh. Call.
I want to fold so bad.
Not I said.
But yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
I mean, he's just gonna use like ace nine or something like that. What if he's using like?
If he's got monster or nothing, then we have to call.
Dude, I mean, yeah, it's just like if he's using like ace nine or something like that, blocking a straight, or I don't know. Fuck him. I'm never folding. Get me out. See ya. Night, night. Dinner's on me.
All right, let's do it.
Yep, call. Snap.
So, yeah, this is scary. We're facing an overbet. But it's just a math problem, okay? I'm going to pull up my calculator so you can see it on the screen.
Let's go.
So this player is betting 15,000. The current pot is 25.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we get a fold 60% of the time. We get a call 40% of the time. Well, what do we do at Jack X out of position? We probably bet it ourselves. Should have bet 10s. Should have bet 9s. You know, a lot of our ranges can be like a pair of 7s, pocket 5s maybe. Pocket 6s, ace highs, like I think this hand is just a pure call.
Yep.
We do block 10-9 suited, which could be a reasonable hand that this player 3-bet. Yeah, we're gonna run into like pocket 7s here, some 8-7 suited, some maybe like Jack 8 suited, Jack 7 suited. You know, we're gonna lose here, but we only have to win this pot 40% of the time. And 10s are just like sometimes you just have to suck it up and make some calls. And it's really important to remember that can be like, I understand a lot of people are like, oh, well, people underbluff the river. Yeah, in certain spots they underbluff the river for sure. A player can have ace 5, they can have ace 3, like they have king 10 offsuit, they have king 9, where they're like, oh, I blocked the straight, I'm gonna bluff. Like, it's not that hard to find bluffs here, and also like it's the most expensive to overfold the river, and it's expensive because the pot's really big. So if you overfold the flop, yeah, it's a mistake, but the pot's small, it doesn't matter to me too much. If you fold pre-flop too much, yeah, it's a mistake, but the mistakes are smaller because, you know, the pot's small. When the pot gets really big, like, you need to make sure that you're not overfolding too much, and like, because mistakes can get really, 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 really costly. So I think this is a pure call, and I think I really screwed this up and folded. I do not like my fold.
Yeet!
And yeah, so thank you for watching me completely butcher a hand. I didn't shove pre-flop. I didn't value bet the river. I did play the flop. I check called the flop correctly. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me completely butcher a hand.
You fucked up, son.
I love the honesty, man. He keeps it real. He brings us. He does this consistently where he'll show us his mistakes so we learn from those.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's won millions and millions in winnings. Recently, a couple months ago, had a 250K score. The man is no fucking joke at poker, and he's still making mistakes. You know,
he's human. It's inspiring.
Yeah, it's honesty, and I love it, man. And I really appreciate that Matt brings this side of things and not just tries to show hands where he played well or was a hero. And you know, I don't know. It's kind of cool to me.
It's funny too because he sent me a spot on Discord. He's like, check out this spot, and
no,
there was a turn card where he like led and then jammed river, and I was like, dude, I don't think this is ever a fucking spot, man. And I ran it and it wasn't, and I was scared to tell him. And then it turned out, nah, he's human. You can tell him. He's cool. It's all right.
We got a 30 for that, by the way.
36 for the man, the myth, the legend that is Mr. Kep.
Glock Marari says, if this is lower stakes tournament, are we folding there when the player pool isn't bluffing rivers enough? I mean, I think when we cap our range and
you induce this like bluff,
this, dude. Yeah, you've induced it. I mean, I'm never folding, so I'm not the right person to ask about that. So if I played it like this, I'm probably too tilted to realize I made a mistake and then snap it on the river.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt's a great coach too. I agree. He's one of those players too that can really break it down and
he's gonna find the answer. Yeah, he's gonna find the answer to his mistakes or the questions and stuff. So it's really good. We got a 30 there. Good job, Fire Danks. Good run, my dude. It's all good. You know the drill. Well played, yee. Let's go ahead and change the keyword. Is it dog jelly time? Dog jelly is the keyword. Get it in chat.
Dog jelly it is.
Reginald Snap puts rat shit in the chat. Great, thank you.
What quiz should we do this time?
What's wrong with your brain? Oh, your brains are melted. What the fuck?
1596.
1596, he says. JL playing jacks. Hell yeah, let's do it. So yeah, we're gonna play jacks. 1596, and I think we haven't done it once, so we want to make sure to invite you guys to the poker coaching Discord. Any of you guys that aren't in the Discord, you can get in there, join. It's real active. There's hand history rooms where Toe is just consistently in there running shit, answering hands. There's a lot of discussion, sweats. We hang out here. A lot of people putting up a bunch of big scores and stuff. So hang out here a lot. We want to invite you guys to hang out with us.
It's free.
It's free. We do Ask Me Anything segments once a month with some of the PC coaches. They hang out sometimes as well. So let me invite you guys, drop this link, and we'll get back at it.
Sassiano did a nice video on playing jacks. Is it good? Is it 4 days long? Or is it like nice and concise?
Nah, so they could be trolling. We click it and it's 10 minutes. It'd be like 1 minute, 15. Right. It's happened so many times, man. But yeah, we can. If somebody wants to spot check time on some of those, we don't mind. We'll do this, Jackson, then. We'll see. All right, I'm ready to roll it when you are.
Canned salmon. We got a new one up on for the Army. Good luck. Congratulations.
Hey, UCLA guy. What's up, my main? My main. Let's go. Good luck, my friend. Following since... Woo!
All right, Canned salmon. If you're not... I
18.
think you are relatively new to this, so just take your time a little bit. But let me know what you would do. And if you get a higher score than the contestant in Six's stream, I'll ship you $5.
My man's been following me since 2018. God damn.
What?
Sheesh. All right, I got
That's since the beginning.
Yeah. Like my third or fourth month. He's one of the founders in this bitch. Let's go, my friend. Good luck, buddy.
Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Here we have Pocket
Hey,
Jacks
thanks
and a
for the follow,
$5,000
Rock. I appreciate
buy-in
that,
tournament.
bro.
Folds to me. And the hijack seat.
Good
Playing
luck.
pretty deep. Should we fold, call, raise to 400, or raise to 600?
All right, guys. What's your opening size? Are we min raising or are we going a little bigger?
We're not gonna spend a ton of time. We're gonna. Oh, wait a minute. I rolled it, didn't I? Yeah, we got used to it. Wait. 600, 400 call. I don't know why fold's even there.
Yeah.
6.
It's all 600, right? We're sizing
Yeah,
up
we
to
don't want to
move on
spend
with our
too
lives.
much time on this. Like, it can't be.
Yeah.
that
Don't
easy.
min raise this deep is the lesson. Ready, go.
Ready? Go.
Yep.
Yeah, 6.
I'm probably starting to sound like a broken record here, but 600, 3 big blinds is my standard raise in most
You're
scenarios.
fine,
Playing
we got
very
you.
deep stack because we don't mind building the pot,
Speed runs.
and we're more likely to win the pot than our opponents. So we do raise to 600. Can
Ah,
calls on the
well,
button.
well, well.
Generally, tight aggressive type
Oh, we're
player.
battling
Probably
with her.
not too out of line.
Yes.
Small blind calls. Flop comes 10, 4, 4. And now, splashy. Overvalue player, if you remember the previous quiz of mine, the guy who had the 9-6, leads the flop. All right.
You fucked
Should
up,
we
son.
fold, call, raise to 3,000, or raise to 4,500?
Kat brings up a great point. The fold on the flop is there for dexterity challenge. You got to practice not misclicking.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like it.
Practice not booming out,
I like it.
and misclicking.
I like
There's a fold. CAC W.
That's funny, monkey.
4.5. We're call 4.5s. Bunch of 4.5s. DC's
4.5 for smoke, 4.5 for contrast.
UCLA
One
going
walking the dog
4.5.
says call. Dennis calling. Monkey man I call. I call C10 going 3K.
Here we
Clicking.
go.
Canned salmon going 4,500 for overcard protection. So
Seems
is
like
me.
we can raise this guy. Click back is hilarious, but I like it. How much is that? Put this in there. 9. 11. Yeah. We are going. UCLA is going 4.5 before I say anything.
So is salmon.
I mean, how are we not raising? Kitty's never really flatting overpairing this.
We're
line.
not raising.
Yeah, I mean 4.5 every time for me.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm only raising here.
Especially if a guy overvalues. He shouldn't have too much 4x, even though he's splashy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we don't
we-
want overcards to come on the turn. Like I think it was Canned salmon who said that for the overcard protection. Yep.
Yeah, and it's not only the overcards because
Yeah,
we're
max
scared
value
we're
from
gonna
a
lose
10.
to it. Yeah, because we're gonna start. A 10's gonna slow down potentially on some overcards. So I think those hands, the king 10s, the ace 10s, the queen 10s, we get a lot of money right now. And then on some turns, sometimes they become indifferent or hit 2 pair and things like that. And if we call 1,500, Kitty might just get to realize equity with 2 overs in the backdoor flush draw or something like that, which would be horrible. So raise.
Kim says the fish out there do this crap with hands like 5s and 6s, the under pairs, and they just fold. Now the thing is, we're not getting any more value from those hands anyways, right? Once we call, they're
unless they
usually
hit 2 outs on you. They do it with those hands, and that's it anyway. But the target range, the value range where we get a lot of money from is the 10s. And I think sometimes they mix and do it there with those. So.
Yep.
4.5.
Yep.
All right,
Let's do it.
crew. All right, gang, let's do it, please.
This is a kind of weird spot because no one should really have many 4s in their range. I mean, we all have
Dead
ace
to me,
4
JL.
suited and perhaps 5-4 suited, but that's it, right? We can't really expect the small blind to have random
Jay, what are we doing,
9-4
Holmes?
suited like perhaps they'd have if they were in the big blind, but who knows? Opponent is splashy. This is a spot where when they lead kind of big for 2/3 pot, I'm usually just going to call with the majority of my continuing range here because they're essentially saying by leading that they have a very polarized range. And if they have a very polarized range, I in turn don't get to raise very often. So this is a spot where I think calling is the only viable play. Not going to fold, clearly. If we knew we could raise here and have this player just play for a ton of money with a 10, then that would be great. The problem, though, is that if I raise, they may not play for very much money with a 10, but they'll always play for all the money with a 4, right? Also, Kitty could be behind me with a 4, ace-4 suited, 5-4 suited, like I said. Not that it's likely, but it could happen. And if I call and she raises and then Splashy Player decides to put all her money, then we can sidestep this kind of dicey spot. So we're just going to call. Kitty calls too. Probably not ideal. When she calls, I think she's going to have a lot of just like 10x or good strong overcards like King, Queen of Hearts that has good equity. Turn is the 3 of clubs, and now Splashy Player checks. Should we check? Bet 2,000, bet 4,000, or bet 6,000.
Well, I got a 3 on the flop. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. So it's up to you guys. Chat pros carry me. Chat pros carry me. I mean, I am only
the way.
Am I wrong for only raising there? How are we not? What tournament is this? A Montreal WPT. So maybe, I don't know. Well, the online cats have a very specific range here. 4K probably folding to any raise. Doc says 6K for UCLA. 4K. Fold.
Kept going 4. Cyrus going 6.
4, 6, 2, 4, 6. 4K. Keto 6. UCLA's going 6. Okay.
Lucky man checking 4, 2, 4, 2. Lots of 4s, lots of 2s. What the hell is going on in this hand? It's confused.
You good? What are you guys doing over there?
2K for canned salmon.
All right, we're going 6 for UCLA.
Putting the heat on.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think we ever use a size that big.
Not multi-way.
Not multi-way. I'm leaning in the 2 or 4 crew. 4 just feels kind of standard. With the hand this strong, when we can just extract more value from connects as well. Yeah. Somehow he thinks there's a shitload of 4s in Kitty's range and these cats' ranges. I don't think so. And there's more 10x we could have extracted value from on flop. I guess that's where we see the hand differently. So, yeah, 4K for me.
I mean, I guess Kitty could have King, Queen of Hearts, clubs, or diamonds. I'm just a little skeptical and wanting to get to showdown now. Since there was a bet a call and it didn't narrow down the field at all. Although he is pretty goddamn 10 heavy when he bet checks.
Yeah, I mean, do you really want to check and put yourself in the cage versus check, big bet, check, and then you check back and river and they jam? You can bet, and then if you get jammed on, you.
We're too deep for anyone to jam, right?
But I mean, no. Kitty has 55 bets.
If we
9. If she bets turn, if you check turn,
and she bets and then jams,
and what's your life? I didn't realize she had 10K. Maybe we go 2 with her stack. I just realized how short she was. All right, 2.
I can see that. This is a tough one. This got tough.
Yeah, it's really interesting now, right? So, all right, we're gonna go 6.
Shit, I forgot. Can't tell I'm going 2.
All right, let's go.
So now we have the best hand most of the
too.
time because, like I said, Kitty probably has a whole lot of 10 extra overcards. And the splashy player, you have to presume, would just keep betting with most of their 4s. So that means they probably have a whole lot of 10s as well, or just nonsense bluffs, I don't even know, 9-8 of hearts, stuff like that. So I think we want to bet, but we want to bet pretty small because I think both players are in pretty marginal shape. Now, if we knew somehow that one of the two players had a 10, then I would definitely like going a little bit bigger, like 4,000. But I don't really like going big, like 6,000, because then I think we actually will start getting our opponents to make pretty big folds, because this is a spot where I could very, very easily just have aces, right? So the opponents have to be a little bit cautious if I'm all of a sudden wanting to put all my money in the pot. So I think this is a scenario where I want to typically bet small, but I could see 4,000 being fine too. I don't think we want to check here because I do think both opponents are going to have pretty good equity or a hand that would call a bet, right? Like I really don't want to let ace 10 and king queen see a free river. That would be a disaster. So we do go for a bet. We bet 2,000. Kitty folds. Splashy player calls. Fine, good. River's an ace. If the opponent checks, we're just going to check it here. They could easily have random ace high, and they may not even call a bet with a 10 anymore. But they surprise me, and they lead half pot.
What the fuck is going on in this
Should we
hand?
fold, call, raise to 12,000, or go all in?
I am so confused.
Yeah. What the hell?
What a bizarro world line. There's not like a flush draw or any draws that missed on the flop. What a bet? Would he bet just bet like half pot? This is like the Boski special. Like early stage of the Boski special is some dog shit tournament.
Heat therapy after this session. Poor contrast.
Call. What a big turd.
Would he continue with ace X of clubs? Yes. Although, I don't know if he leads that or not. Meatball calling.
This might have to be the last quiz.
Yep.
Still like calling. Carter's calling.
Dennis calling. Patty calling.
We're not trying to extract max value versus small ball. And why does it matter that he's splashy and overvalues? True. Outside of the fact that he's going to have a wider range of hands that we're going to have to like defend against his range wider, right? I think I'm exploitatively folding, Locke says. Sorry, my kids are fighting and yelling.
Kep says, fold versus that fish. He doesn't ever get to lead an ace on the river, but in real life, I'm always the fish that calls and gets the bad news. He could have ace 10 of clubs. He could. Although he probably bets ace 10 of clubs on the turn.
Holy shit.
Salmon says, if he's bluffing into two people. Call and see ace 10, I guess. MDF's like 70% for that call. Yep, fuck, I'm tired. Smo calling.
UCLA says he was calling. He said, fuck the world, call.
So is Tanner.
Getting over 3-1, right?
Yeah, and this just feels like a 10 blocker.
Versus this flop. Yeah, a splashy player. Whatever. Give me out. 5K. Take it. I'm going to get you back later, splashy guy. So, yeah, we're just calling over here. The line, everything, nothing makes sense, and it just comes down to math. Am I ever going to be good? 1 and 3 times short. Fuck it. I call. Like, none of this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, yeah, we could be beat sometimes, but yeah, it's just sometimes it's just going to be betting a 10 for a blocker and stabbing bullshit. So, whatever. Big Turd is folding and raging out shoving. All right, we're calling.
Shrug calling.
Yeah, just a shrug call. All right, we're calling. Let's do it.
So it's either a call or fold.
Yeah,
I have to presume with this hand.
9 for call, 10 for fold. Is that
if
close?
I did have a nut hand like aces or 10s, I would definitely want to raise.
This is 3-minute explanation.
What bluffs do I have in this spot though? There's really not many. Am I supposed to bluff here with like a random 10 in my hand, like 10-7, to block the full house? I cannot imagine I would ever want to raise with an ace. The 3 doesn't really matter. So I think I'm supposed to raise here with like a random 10 in my hand, as weird as that sounds. That said, in this scenario, I think it's either a call or a fold. So should we call or should we fold? And this is, again, a very, very player-dependent spot. And you're going to find that a lot of scenarios you are playing against players who you think are well out of line, either by them being way too tight and passive or way too loose and splashy and aggressive. Your play is going to depend highly on how you should just play against someone whose range has either far too many value hands or far too many bluffs. I think this player's range probably has far too many bluffs. Therefore, I'm going to call. However, I definitely think, in general, this is a fold. And I think it's a close spot either way. The problem here is that even if this opponent is splashy / overvalues, they could definitely be betting here with an ace. Like say they did have ace X of clubs. I could easily see this player just betting 5,000 because they think they have the best hand, which is a big bummer, right? We always want to consider, like if the opponent's range is wider than it should be, is it wider than it should be with additional bluffs in it? Or is it wider than it should be with additional value hands in it? And I really have no clue. That said, you all know me. I'm a bit of a calling station. I probably call here the majority of the time, but I could certainly be convinced that this is not a good play. And I'm actually going to give call the second best answer here. I think folding is probably just right because I think most people you run into in this spot are just going to show up with random ace X or like a weird 4. But yeah, it's probably just a fold. It's an annoying spot, but I think it's probably a fold. That said, I call. You know me, right? Pot odds. Pot odds exist. You give me pot odds, I call. And the opponent has 10-8, which is a hand I don't really expect to see here all that often, which kind of also makes me think that folding would be better. However, when they show up with this hand, it's like, oh, well, clearly I should be calling if they're going to be leading with random 10s, which makes no sense whatsoever. So it's one of these spots where people look at this hand and think, oh, easy call. Why didn't you give call 10 points? Because, really analyzing the spot away from the table, slightly removed from it, I think folding is probably right. And I think the opponent made a completely ridiculous play that most people do not make. And people look at this spot and they think, okay, it's an easy call. And it reinforces call in their heads over and over and over again. And, well, not even over and over again, but a few times. And that's enough to make some people call on the spot every time. And I think if you call on the spot against the average player, or even slightly splashy aggressive players, it's going to be a losing play in general. So I like folding in this spot, even though I did call this time. And I can tell you that if I'm playing this hand tomorrow in this exact same spot, I probably would have still found the call because I probably had some read that this opponent was just way over bluffing, or I could look and tell they were bluffing in this particular spot. So live reads exist, and the tough thing about these quizzes is it's kind of hard to really know what live reads we have going on. So I realize this is a tough quiz. I'm sure some of you said call in this scenario on the river, and we would have won the hand, but I still don't think it's right. Sorry.
Well, guys, I got bad news for you. If you get lost, little quick piece of advice, you get lost in a math live spot like this, just do the math on the river, do the pot odds, and then just like do it that way. The reads and all that shit, just math. You're gonna be good here enough versus that, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, and it's also this player. I think the funny thing about this player type is that we are very accustomed to playing this player type, and Jonathan is less accustomed. He plays big buy-ins, and he plays against better players in general. This is like your average 1650 player here, leading it to people and playing his hand this way. So we own his ass because we play with this guy all day.
Yep.
Also, something I wanted to read, Sixes, was Brown Bengal says, Toe and Sixes, so glad I watch your show and pay attention. Been playing some of the other sites you two suggested and been playing like a boss. Thanks again, my man. Congratulations on your success. I'm glad we can help you, man. And that's what we're here for, buddy.
Man, bro, appreciate the support and hanging out, man. We appreciate you guys spending time with us and being here. If we didn't have any viewers, you guys weren't here, we wouldn't be doing this. So the fact that you guys
still be studying, but
we'd be studying, we wouldn't be streaming. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing on stream. So really appreciate the support, and make sure to give my man GodsBigToe a follow. If you're not following Toe, you probably don't brush your teeth or wash your ass. So boom, there's that.
Do all three of those things. They're all very,
do
very
all
important.
three of these things are very healthy and good for you.
Yes. They're nutritious.
This is my first time. How often we do this? Every Saturday at noon Eastern. We do this, and we do a Thursday study session, kind of just like this, but not on stream. Thursday at noon in the poker coaching Discord, where we're a little bit more in depth with the solver work, and we've been doing some hand history reviews as well. But we're very deep in the solver work with Pio and aggregate reports and things like that. Thursdays at noon. So
yeah, and if you want to see this one from the beginning or any of the ones we've ever done in the past, exclamation point YouTube in both chats, you can see all the ones with us. We've had a lot of guests. We've been a little bit lax on the guests here because we've been doing AMAs and Discord with all of them. We had Jonathan, we had Matt, we had Evan Jarvis. So you can check those out. We've had all of those guys except for Jonathan on the study stream. We've had a ton of people: Raymer, Jesse Sylvia, Fat Train. We always list goes on and on and on. We've had a bunch of great guests. So check those out.
That's on me for not. I mean, I usually went through the past and booked a bunch of guests and things like that. We've been busy as hell with so many other projects, and also we're creating some content. I think me and Toe created little content for you, Ignition, that's on YouTube as well. So I'll start linking that kind of stuff if you want to check out the Ignition YouTube channel. Me and Toe put out something there. So
Yep. Also, if you were new and you won today, send me a message so I can send you your $5. Give me your ACR screen name. Give me a Skype email address. I'm not Skype. PayPal email address. Give me something, and I will send you your $5. And for the guys who haven't got it, I will send it after the stream.
is there anything else we can drop it off?
Oh, who won this? Can't Simba got 32.
We got a 24. Yeah.
Oh,
we knew we were dead.
Congratulations.
I didn't want to say anything. I knew we were dead.
You tried to sneak it past.
Hey guys, see ya. See ya. Good stream. Oh shit.
That's
Explanation point PC for anybody that wants. I think the link to the Discord and all the free shit's there as well. And let us know if you guys have any suggestions, need anything, any questions.
Yeah, and any complaints you can send to Crazy6s at.
Yeah, I get them all anyway. Have to ban people and shit. Yeah.
I
All
got you,
right.
Ken.
Let's see who we got to drop this off to really quick, and we'll make that happen. I always start from I always hook up the guys at the bottom.
Somehow I always fucking grief looking. Like I should look while we're doing the last quiz. I'm terrible at it.
Yep.
I see.
Quick question now. Let's just give it to him.
Mr. Robbie.
It's been a while. Yep.
Where is he? Got him.
All right, guys. Thank you for the support. We will see you next week. I'll be streaming a rare Sunday session tomorrow.
Oh shit. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I will see you Wednesday for the home game.
I feel good. I'll give it a shot. All right, peace out.
All right, later.